Hello and welcome to one of my first videos I'm going to be posting about Helldivers 2. And in this video, I wanted to basically get straight to the point and not waste anyone's time, but the title and topic of the video is what should be the first Warbond that you should buy when starting off in Helldivers 2, and just in general. If you're new to the game or have been playing for a couple of hours. I personally have been playing the game for over 300, even though I've had it for a year. It's an on and off thing. Love-hate relationship. But without further ado, I suppose I should explain what I believe, in my opinion. Please don't take my opinion too seriously. This is just what I believe should be the first Warbond everyone should purchase in their own experience. I think my opinion would be pretty valid, but without further ado, the first Warbond that I believe anybody should buy when playing Helldivers 2, as of now, of the recent updates, is the Control Group Warbond. This is a Warbond that came out around the Super Earth invasion with the Illuminate forces. I believe it was after. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But the control group comes with a lot of very useful tools when starting off. I wouldn't say they're the greatest, but especially with the average Warbond acquiring you 300 super credits after purchasing it, it is very useful considering the Warbond comes with the Warp Pack stratagem. Of course, this takes up a backpack, and a lot of people use it for movement. The Warp Pack is one of the greatest tools for super credit grinding, which will eventually get you to that next Warbond that you want very quickly. Now, there's a lot of people who have already recommended this, maybe, and there's a lot of people who talk about the Democratic Detonation Warbond, which is a good Warbond, don't get me wrong. I myself stayed away from getting Democratic Detonation for a very long time, and I've only just recently, within the past 2 weeks, acquired the Warbond. But with the Democratic Detonation, it's more of a utility than it is something that you can use permanently. When I'm trying to recommend the Control Group Warbond, I am trying to explain that it has utility and it also has its own anti-tank weapons, which you can use the Epoch, which is the basically reloadable rocket launcher. It's kind of like a Plas 1 or Plas 101 with some extra oomph to it. But with the Warp Pack, which you will be seeing on the video that I'm playing on screen right now, I'm acquiring the Grenade Launcher and Warp Pack, which is my normal super credit grinding inventory. The Warp Pack is one of the most useful utilities for super credit grinding. And it's also a very good movement tool. You can get in and out of sticky situations, you can warp through your teammates, warp through enemies of democracy, and get around very quickly. But as you can see, when I warp through the buddy bunkers, or double doors, or whatever you'd like to call the 2-button doors that only allow 2 people to access, the warp pack from Control Group allows everyone as one person to simply warp into the room, grab whatever is there, and get up. Which is, from my opinion, as someone who grinds super credits at least once a week, allows you to have that utility. But if you already have Control Group and you're looking for another Warbond, I would recommend Democratic Detonation. Democratic Detonation has a lot of good utility with the Eruptor. The Eruptor is an well, I wouldn't say anti-tank, but you can certainly use it as anti-tank. It is a very good explosive weapon. It does about 400 something damage. I don't have the data in front of me, but I actually do have the data now, and here you go. Here is the eruptor on screen. You're welcome. I went back and voice-overed this specifically so I could tell you that I went and got the data. I'm sorry. You get the point. It does a lot of damage. It's very nice. 6 rounds. The rounds have to be re-racked into the chamber after each shot is fired. The magazine reload speed is pretty good. The grenade pistol is one of my favorites so far. And this is coming from someone who's only had the Warbond for maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. But in all, very good Warbonds. The third Warbond that I would like to recommend to anyone trying out new Warbonds or new tools would be the Polar Patriots Warbond. Polar Patriots is one of my favorite Warbonds as it comes with the AR-61 Tenderizer, the one of the Plaz guns, and some pretty good-looking armor. I wouldn't say the light variant armor is too good-looking, but it's certainly one of the more styles that I prefer when playing Helldivers. With the new Redacted Regiment Warbond coming out, it has been one of my favorite Warbonds that has revealed in quite some time. I've heard a lot of hate, but I'm not going to comment on what hate I've heard. But I've heard a lot of hate coming from this Warbond, with people who just don't understand the basics of stealth in Helldivers, which is fair. Stealth is a very uncommon thing to see people doing in Helldivers 2. And before I do end this video, I wanted it to be quick. I'm not trying to waste anyone's time, but if you are still here, thank you for watching. The Redacted Regiment Warbond is very useful, and sneaking around Helldivers is very fun, especially with suppressed weapons. If you don't have the Redacted Regiment Warbond and you have the ODST Warbond, I really recommend using the SOCOM pistol and the M6 or M7S SMG that comes with it to sneak around and play the new commando missions. To fully maximize your stealth, you probably want to use some of the infiltrator armor that you can get from the Helldivers Mobilize pack, and it's one of the first armors that most people would probably get. Anyways, about stealth. Stealth is not a common tool in the Helldivers arsenal. Usually we are used to running around, blowing everything up, and getting everything as fast as possible, getting out as fast as possible, and collecting our delicious samples for democracy. Of course, with the new commando operations, we have to think a little bit, and from my experience, playing the commando missions for a couple of hours, I have learned that using the terrain to your advantage is something that not a lot of people tend to do. They will crawl in front of the automaton forces, the Billy Bobs and whatnot, and they will get detected and go and complain on Reddit about how the AI is terrible for stealth and that the Warbond is garbage. All you need to do is refrain from getting into view, use the suppressed weapons that you have from either the Redacted Regiment Warbond or the ODST Warbond, and stay out of sight, stay out of mind. Use the bushes in the maps for even more cover. Now, I'm not positive that the automatons can't see through bushes or can see through bushes, but from my experience, I have been able to tell that I seem to be less visible in the bushes compared to when I'm out of the bushes. I'm trying to get gameplay for that right now, and you will probably see it on screen. It'll probably be what you're seeing right now. But without further ado, thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe if you want. Good luck out there. Keep hell diving. Keep grinding for super credits, and stay up to date, I guess.